Hello, thanks for clicking on this video. My name's Funmi. Today I'll show you how I do my brows, an easy to follow step-by-step guide on how to draw your own brows perfectly. I'll also include tips and tricks throughout the video, so stick with me all the way to the end so you don't miss a thing. First things first, I'm going to start by wiping my face and make sure it's clean and ready to go for the next makeup application. Also, before you do your makeup, if you're a beginner, I would advise for you to do your brows first before you do the rest of your makeup. That way, just in case you need to change anything, you're not having to start all over again by cleaning up the base that you've done. So I would advise to always start with your eyes first, do your brows first, perfect that before you go on to the other parts of your makeup. I hope that makes sense. So the next step is that I put a little bit of foundation on my eyebrows to reduce the intensity of the color and also to even out the skin in between my brows. I've got sparse brows, so sometimes the yellowish undertone kind of peeks through and I don't really like that, so I just use that to mask it, and then I go with a fluffy kabuki brush to spread the foundation and to pat it in, make it even. I take my time doing this, and then I'm going to go ahead and use my normal face powder. You can use translucent powder as well to set the brows. So we're setting the brows so that they don't interact with the pencil, because if it's wet, your pencil's just going to be slipping all over the place. So you want to set it with powder first. Now I'm brushing it up with a spoolie just to make sure it goes in the direction that I would like it to go. So you want to take your normal pencil. I would advise pencil because pencil gives you more control. If you kind of get the hang of things, then you can go into using pomades, but I would advise for you to use pencil if you're starting out. So there are different types of pencils, but this one's my favorite. So you want to use pencils. Make sure your pencil is sharp so you can get really nice crisp lines. Start with the underside of your brow and then draw out the frame that you like. Most people like the upside down Nike logo, but you can do it to suit your shape, face shape. Now you want to take a long tool, a brush will do. You need to align the tip of your nose with the corner of your eye. That's the way you can get the final point of your brow. Where your brow should end is the third point. So when you take that long tool, align the tip of your nose with the corner of your eye. That's the way you get the third point where your brows should end. I hope that makes sense. Take the flat side of your pencil and shade in your brow. Remember I said the flat side of your pencil. Don't use the pointy side because then you get too much intensity and you have to take it off and start all over again. So you want to use the flat side of your pencil and shade it in very carefully with a light hand, okay? But if you've been wondering how to get rid of that boxy eyebrow look, this is how to do it. You want to take your spoolie, place it at the front of your brow and push it out. You use that to push out the product to the front. So that's how you get that feathered look. Now you want to take the same brush. You want to use that to align the front of the next brow. There's nothing worse than having brows that are like mismatched. One is on level 5 and one is on ground level, because what happens is that even though your makeup application looks stunning, if your brows are not aligned, it just makes your face look funny. So you want to get that right. If you don't get anything else right on your makeup application, please make sure your brows are on the same level. So you can do that with the arch as well. The next step is to take a flat brush like so that has a round edge and your concealer. I would advise for you to use a concealer that is very close to your skin tone. You want to coat both sides of the brush so that it's flat enough for you to use, and then you have both sides to apply your concealer. So now you want to clean up under your brow to the shape that you want. So you want to start from the arch. Under the arch, you want to take your time and clean it up. So you want to be very, very careful when you're doing this so we don't wipe off all our hard work. Now blend the concealer, pull it down on over your eyelid using a dense fluffy brush, eyeshadow brush. You want to pat that down and just swipe the rest of the concealer on your eyelid. The reason why you're doing this is to create a smooth base for your eyeshadow to go on, and also to even out the color on your eyelid. When you're fine with the blending, you can now go to the top of your brow. I really advise for you to use a foundation, your foundation for the top of your brow, so that we don't have that halo effect. The reason why I'm using this concealer is because it's very close to my skin tone. So if you have a concealer that's too light, don't put it on your top of your brows. Please use your foundation instead. Using that dense eyeshadow brush, make sure you blend out the concealer to the point where you can't see any line of demarcation. Use your tool to make sure that your eyebrow ends are the right place. To take our eyebrow look to the next level, we want to use a concealer that is 1 or 2 shades lighter than our skin tone. We're going to place that just underneath the arch of the brow. This is to highlight the brow bone and make it look like it's just been carved out. So you just want to do that and pat it, pat the concealer in. Don't drag it to the end or the front. Just make sure it stays right underneath the arch, and that gives that enhanced brow highlight. If you want your eyebrows to stay in place all day, take a small amount of your eyelash glue, rub it into your spoolie like so, and then put it on your eyebrows. Brush your eyebrows in the direction that you want them to stay, and they should remain that way all day. If you have curly brows, this is for you as well. So brush through the eyelash glue, very tiny amount, and it should stay that way. Thank you so much for joining me on today's video. If you enjoyed this video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with any of your friends who you think it may be helpful to. And here's a final look that we created from this tutorial. If you want a link to this look, I'll link it in the description box. So click on the video to watch this actual tutorial. Until next time, stay safe and stay blessed. Bye.